March 2025 was probably the craziest bourbon haul month I've ever had in both quantity and quality. If you're curious what bottles I got, stick around. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today, this is the bourbon haul for March. I have a lot to get into. These are in no particular order. So first up, while I was in North Carolina, I got contacted by the company that makes Eric LeGrand's whiskey, and they offered to send me 2 bottles. I'm very excited to try both of these. One is a hand-selected single barrel at 104 proof, and the other one is just like their small batch product, or whatever they call it, at 88 proof. I have not opened these yet. I'm a big fan of Eric LeGrand. I think the dude is very inspirational, and I hope his whiskey is really good. Thank you to them for doing that. This video will be out sooner than later. I'm actually going to record it after this video. I really love the bottles and the label design. Like, they look really sharp. So moving on to the next one. All right, next one up here is a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof from Southern Spirits. This released at one of the days that I was in North Carolina, and I ran over to get one of these because A, Southern Spirits is dope, B, they're dope, C, they are dope, and D, they pick really good barrels. And the last few Jack Daniel's barrels I've had from them have been fantastic, and this one is no exception. This is one they're calling like peanut butter chocolate brownie. I get a lot of peanut butter. I don't necessarily get chocolate on it. That being said, this is an incredible Jack Daniel's single barrel. I think they still have some of these. If you're in North or South Carolina, go grab one of them, tell them I sent you, and yeah, do it because they're awesome, and this is a great bottle. Moving on to the next one. All right, next one here is a little bottle called Blanton's. I was doing some bourbon hunting in North Carolina, just seeing what they have, because sometimes the ABC stores in North Carolina are a hit or a miss. In this case, it was a hit, and I also like to see the weird crap that North Carolina has on the shelf that we don't have at all, like the Ava Gardner bourbon or whiskey, whatever. I don't know why. I like seeing all that kind of random stuff. But walked in, they had Blanton's and Eagle Rare on the shelf. I haven't bought a bottle of regular Blanton's in a long time, and I was like, it's not going to get any cheaper than this. I'm at a control state. So I like to have Blanton's around because people really like it, and they're really fun bottles to bring to bottle shares. I have a soft spot for Blanton's. It's the first bottle that I like really sought after. So got one. I really didn't pay attention to the letter. I probably should have. I think I have like 4 T's, but what can you do? Moving on to the next one. This one is a bottle that for me, I was like, I've been kicking myself for not getting. This is a bottle of Bond and Lillard. This is Wild Turkey Juice. And they kind of did this thing where they did a few years ago. They like revived some old brands, and this was one of the ones they did. This went on sale at ABC near me, and I remember seeing it on the shelf for like $23 and being like, I'll get it next time I come, because I was coming back the next day to see if the shipment came in or whatever. And by the time I got there the next day, they were all gone. And I have not seen them at all until I got back home from North Carolina. This was sitting on a shelf in a liquor store here in Davenport, and it was $50, and I'm glad I did. I really like this one. It's really solid. It's different from anything I've ever had that's Wild Turkey, and it's really, really good. I think I still prefer the WB Saffel a little bit more, but this is a really good one too. So if you see these, this is batch 2. Grab them. They're really fun. Moving on to the next one. Next one here is a bottle from a brand that sends me stuff all the time, but this is not one of the ones they sent to me. I just bought this. I decided it was time to finally try this. This is Barrel Seagrass. This is rye whiskey finished in Martinez rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy barrels. I cannot wait. A friend of mine, Dusty, got one of these not too long ago, and he said it's a perfect summer spring whiskey, and I haven't tried it yet. Got this the day before I left, and I didn't get a chance to try it, so I am very excited to try it because Barrel has always been really cool to me, and I love the stuff. I've never had anything from Barrel that I didn't like. So 120 proof. I'm so excited to try this. This could be very interesting. Moving on to the next one. All right, next one up here was a gift from our bottle share. This is Elijah Craig C923. This was given to me by buddy Joey, who was at the bottle share and at the barrel pick we did for my first ever barrel pick. I've notoriously like not wanted this bottle, but I wanted it for the collection, not for me, but because I know people love it, and I like to be able to compare things. So if someone goes like, I like Elijah Craig C923, you can kind of give it to them and go, okay, since you like that, you might like this. Or since you like this, you probably won't like this. I like those kinds of bottles, and that's what this is going to be for me here. I have not had C923 in quite a long time, so I'm going to go back and revisit it as well and see if it is overhyped, worth the hype, or, you know, whatever. So, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it very, very much. Moving on to the next one. All right, the next one here is going to be 4 bottles. So these were also gifts. I got very lucky. I'm very fortunate to have all these amazing people in my life, and I hope to reciprocate as best I can. But so I have a few bottles from Southern Grace Distillery. It's from Conviction. This, first off, this is not from the distillery themselves. This is from one of the employees that works there who got me this bottle. This is Willow's Wish. It was a Willow's Wish Foundation single barrel, and it is just so bizarre and completely off profile for Southern Grace Distillery. It reminds me a lot of Four Roses mixed with Wild Turkey. It's very different and weird in the greatest way possible, but it is very, very different. So that was a gift from from Ben. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Along with the hot sauces that you gave me. Like, you guys were just way too generous to me on this last trip. It's insane. But I really like this, and I'm going to do a proper review of this soon. So keep an eye out for that. Other ones were gifts from the distillery themselves, which is absolutely insane to me. These other two here, and then I bought one of these. So this right here is a new Conviction 7-year barrel 275, 106.2 proof. I have not opened this yet. I did try it at the distillery, but I had tried a lot that day, and I don't remember it standing out or not standing out. So I want to give it a proper review here because I remember thinking it was good, but I don't remember much about it at all. So barrel 275, and thank you to Southern Grace Distilleries for this one, and for the Founder's Pick, which is barrel 1007. This is one of the best bottles I've ever had from Conviction. It's absolutely fantastic, and that is the same for this one that I did. I'm not a freeloader. I did buy a bottle. I bought several, actually. I bought cases while I was there, actually. This is the Holiday 2024 6-year release. They found a few bottles, put some out. This one's fantastic, too. If you are in the area, you're going to want one of these for sure. It's amazing. But also, I have a bottle of my very first inaugural barrel pick. I'm very excited about this one. I just did a review of this the other day, and it was really cool to sit down and actually do a proper review of it because I haven't done that at all. Because in the moment, you're kind of doing all this stuff with the group, and you're not sitting down and assessing it the way I assess things on a video and take, 20 minutes just smelling something and tasting it and trying to get some notes out of it and cutting all that down into a 5-minute video. So I am very happy with how this turned out. Go watch the review. Go watch the vlog of the entire barrel pick process. It's a really fun video. The link will be in the description for that as well. I had such a good time picking this. It was an incredible experience, and I'm so happy with the barrel we picked. Take that, barrel 530. Moving on to the next one. Next one up here, this was also purchased in North Carolina. This is a little bit different. This is from an antique mall in Concord, North Carolina called Gibson Mill, and I go there all the time because they have really random whiskey stuff. Sometimes it's glasses, sometimes it's, just signs or whatever, and I don't typically buy things there. But in the last few trips, I've started buying stuff. And I got my hands on a decanter from Jim Beam from like the 1960, I think it was 1968 is what the tag said. 1978. I was wrong. It was 1978. Just super cool. I have like a genie. It looks like a genie lamp on the shelf. It doesn't fit in with my aesthetic at all. But I really think these old decanters are really, really cool. And I washed it out. And I just don't know how practical this is to pour whiskey out of because I couldn't even get the water to come out of it right. But I'm glad I have it. I love this kind of random stuff. And it was $10. I mean, how do you leave something like this that's a whiskey related Jim Beam thing for $10? I just don't know. So I had to get it. It looks like an urn or something. Moving on to the next one. And the next one here is a bottle of Weller Antique 107. I got this in a trade from my buddy Matt. I think I actually technically got two of these this month because I got one from my friend Nicole as well. So I have two Weller Antique 107s this month. Screw top, old school Antique 107. So excited about that. I don't think there's a difference. It's literally just the bottle. Screw top is different, but I have one and I can actually drink my 107 now because I have a few of these now. So yay me. Moving on to the next one. All right. I am a connoisseur of terrible whiskey. It's one of my favorite things to do with whiskey hunting. And I got my hands on probably one of the goats of terrible whiskey. This is Ancient Age Preferred Blended Whiskey. This is 40%, it's 80 proof, blended and bottled by Ancient Age Kentucky. And essentially it is 20% straight whiskey with neutral grain alcohol, aka vodka mixed with whiskey. Don't know how you can have 80% vodka and 20% in the blend of whiskey and somehow still get away with calling it whiskey, but I guess you can. This is for sure going to be terrible, but I can't wait to do a review on it because it's always fun to drink terrible whiskey because then you get appreciation for how good actually is. Moving on to the next one. Also in North Carolina, anytime I'm there and my family lives on the border of North and South Carolina, I always pick up a bottle or two of Early Times Bottled and Bond. Starting to see this kind of trickle into the Florida market here in Orlando. I know it sometimes pops up here and there, but it's literally sitting in cases in every single liquor store in South Carolina on the border anyway. Anytime I see it, I grab it because I can't get it and I love it. Moving on to the next one. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty and I have some bangers, so don't go anywhere. Up next is a bottle of Very Old Barton. This is the one that I bought in like November, but I finally got my hands on it in March, so it counts. Very Old Barton 100 proof. I am excited to get my hands back on this bottle. I actually really enjoyed this one. I'm going to have to do a Very Old Barton video, I think, coming up soon, like a blind or something, but we will get to that when we get to it. Moving on to the next one. Up next, walked into a liquor store the morning of my barrel pick and saw this on clearance at the liquor store right down the street from Southern Grace Distillery. This is Old Top. This is a Jim Beam product. It was a special release. It came out a few years ago. It's a bottled and bond product. I really, really like Old Tub. It is grossly underrated in my opinion, and I think more people should know about it. And this was $13. Even if you hate it neat, it's great for cocktails. It's great just mixing with soda, whatever you want to do. It is also really good neat. I'm going to do a review of this because I think this is a slept on bottle. I think I've done a review of it already, but I think I want to go back and do another review of it because it really is a very, very, very good Jim Beam bottle. Moving on to the next one. Up next is a bottle that I'm excited to try. I don't know much about this. From what I understand and have been told from a few liquor stores, this is Uncle Nearest Green Label, and essentially it is like a lower proof, less aged version of Uncle Nearest. I'm not the biggest Uncle Nearest fan. I think it's like a trendy thing for people to say they like Uncle Nearest more than they like Jack Daniels. If you do, that's fantastic. I don't. I think it's good. I think it's comparable, but I don't think you're getting what you're getting out of Jack Daniels. But we will see. I haven't opened this yet, so I'm very curious to try this. 84 proof Uncle Nearest. I love the brand. I love the idea that like they've made a whiskey brand now based on the original master distiller of Jack Daniels, who was Nearest Green, Uncle Nearest himself. I think it's cool. So I'm excited to give this a shot and see if it's any good. 84 proof makes me a little nervous, not gonna lie, but I love the bottle. It's like taller than the other ones, and I just think it looks cool, and I like to support the brands that I like. We're gonna give this a try and see what we think. Moving on to the next one. So this is number 3. One bottle, and then number 1 is gonna be 3 bottles together. You'll see why when we get there. But I have a bottle of Rebel Small Batch Reserve. I love this stuff. This is a whiskey that we use to mix with. It's $30. It's 120 proof. Is that right? 110 proof. I apologize. 110 proof. I don't want to spread misinformation in the bourbon world. Very vanilla forward. It's really, really good. This is what we mix with for the most part nowadays, when we can find them. They're not always available, but usually they're available. Word has not gotten out on how good these are, and once it does, they're going to be hard to find. So if you see them, grab them. They are delicious. Moving on to number 2, and keep in mind, number 1's better than number 2, and this is a banger. Walked into a Publix. It was sitting right on the shelf. Very surprised. Couldn't believe my eyes. I thought I'd missed them while I was in North Carolina. This is the 2024 George T. Stagg. Still in the paper. I don't want to take it out really. I'm going to have some friends over. We're going to try it together. I'm very excited. It's going to take a lot for me for it to beat last year's because I love last year's. 2023's, sorry. I love 2023's. I can't believe I found this. They've raised the price of it. And here's the thing. This is going to sound like I'm complaining. I'm not. I'm just pointing out to you they have raised the price from last year by a lot. My first George T. Stagg I ever bought was $125. A year later, $189. That's a big jump. I understand I got a George T. Stagg for less than $200. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I don't know if Publix raised the price. I don't know if Buffalo Trace raised the price. I don't know. But I don't care. Let's just put it at that. I don't care. I'm huge into George T. Stagg. It's my favorite of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Can't believe I got another one. And a list is a good list when a George T. Stagg makes the number 2 most impressive for the... You know what? I'm going to take it out. I haven't even seen it yet. Yeah, 136.1 proof. Look at that. Boom. All right, putting this back in here. Number 1 is 3 bottles here. We have Jack Daniels 10-year batch number 4, Jack Daniels 12-year batch number 3, and the first ever batch of Jack Daniels 14. I am so excited. I have multiples of the 10 and 12 batch 4 and batch 3 already, so I've already cracked them. I am torn on which one I like more. I really like both of them, and it feels right. Like, it feels like the 10's a little less sophisticated than the 12 this year. That being said, the Jack Daniels 10 batch 4 is a banana Laffy Taffy bomb. It's unbelievable. The 12 is a little more sophisticated, a little more, reeled back on some of that. I do not know about the 14 yet, but I am so excited to own this. I did not pay retail for this bottle. I paid secondary prices for this bottle. I just wanted it. I missed them when they dropped here in the Orlando area when I was in North Carolina. They were literally dropping the day of the barrel pick. So I'm just watching all my friends get them and be very sad and left out. So I just bit the bullet and did it. But thank you guys for making the dream come true of doing a barrel pick. I can't appreciate, you don't know how much you guys mean to me. I thank you all for watching these videos. And let me know what you got in the month of March in 2025. Comment down below. While you're down there, leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, cheers. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.